Hey everyone, this is Nathaniel. I got too lazy to type and I have to walk to work, so I just figured I would try to live stream because I don't know, it's like a button that I never press, and I see some people go way crazy with it, and I don't even know half the time what the fuck I'm doing. But I thought I would give you guys some Sundance thoughts. This shit is crazy. It's really weird. It's like a third people who are like rich, privileged Hollywood executives who are like, oh yes, why don't we go skiing and have and then have some industry talk. And then there's a third people who are just locals who are just like, I'm rich, I live in one of the greater cities that there are. And then there's a third, the real third, the people who are just like, I'm a filmmaker, I'm an artist, I'm a creative. I don't even know what the fuck I'm doing. I'm just making this up as I go along. But I'm gonna beg, borrow, steal, and do everything I can to get to Sundance. Hopefully meet people, hopefully meet executives, and hopefully find my big break. And it's weird because it's kind of like, in some respects, like a snow-covered Burning Man. It's like mostly something really awesome event that happens because these rich folks make it happen, but really it's built on the backs of creatives, most of them who are starving artists. And, you know, I'm not gonna fault anybody. I don't hate anybody for being rich, and I don't hate anybody for, you know, having a good poker hand, you know, in life. But at the same time, I do feel like sometimes you got to exercise a little bit of sensitivity, and you've got to be maybe cognizant that some of these filmmakers can't afford $25 hamburgers at the local restaurant. I mean, you guys think the Capitol Hill's expensive. Oh my God. Like, it's crazy here. But, yeah, hello everyone watching. I don't have much time to, can't really read the screen because the screen is outside here. It's really, really bright. But, yeah, it's a couple more extra thoughts. You know, the first Sundance that I went, which was like 3 years ago, it was pretty apparent that the tech companies were moving in. And a lot of filmmakers and a lot of LA people were kind of like, oh shit, these guys have much more money, they have analytics, they are now bringing top talent. And so it wasn't necessarily about any one particular movie studio. It was about what is Netflix going to do? What is Amazon going to do? And every single year that I've been in these last 3 years, it's becoming more and more of a tech-oriented festival. They're the sponsors, they're the folks with the money, they're the ones who are actually running shit. And it's pretty crazy right now because I think the way, the direction that the whole entertainment industry is moving is that we are probably going to see the 2-hour movies in a theater slowly shrink. I think that industry is going to be shrinking, and meanwhile there's going to be a giant arms race. All these companies are going to be putting out streaming services, not just Netflix and Amazon, but Disney, Hulu, Warner Brothers. I've heard a lot of, I mean, there's probably going to be 12 different corporate streaming services that are all going to be wanting your content, all going to be looking like, maybe we should have a virtual reality channel. I don't know. And obviously the market isn't that big. Nobody wants to subscribe to 12 different streaming services, and even if they did, no one's going to watch 12 different streaming services. It's just nuts. There's just too much content. So, but what I do think is over the next 2 years, I think this is the greatest time to pitch a TV show, pitch a series. If you've ever wanted to make your own TV show, make your own series, I think this is the time. I think more than anything, everyone is open to ideas. There are more gatekeepers. And yeah, there's going to be a huge dilution of product, and it's not going to be forever. But if you think that you have a killer idea when it comes to, whoa, almost got ran over there. If you think you have a killer idea that's going to make a TV show, now is the time to put together your decks. Now is the time to figure out what your story's going to be. What is the whole narrative arc for not just like the first episode or the first season, but how you're going to tell a story over, say, 7 seasons. That's what they're looking for. I think the streaming services are all going to take the big time movie directors and then be like, hey, you guys, Michael Bay directs Sopranos, or whatever kind of dumb shit. Like, it's going to be a lot of that. So if there's anything that I could tell to other people who have been asking, what's the play, what's going on at Sundance, I think right now there's going to be a new gold rush, not just on top of the VR gold rush, but a new gold rush on streaming series. If you have a great idea for a TV series of any kind, put it together, start reaching out to people, visit LA. It's a crazy time. It's more dynamic than I've ever seen. It's not, the first Sundance I went to, it was crazy. I mean, there was definitely the haves and the have-nots. And lately, I've noticed that the haves are starting to multiply. The market won't be able to keep all of that weight, because the market's not going to be able to sustain all of that unless you're like going after super niche-driven subject matters. You know, I don't think if you're going to try and make the next Friends TV show, then you're going to fail in these streaming services. But say if you're going to make a TV show that is, I don't know, for goths by goths, and maybe only 100,000 people watch it, but goddamn, if it isn't the most loyal 100,000 fans you've ever seen, then I think people who have TV series that wouldn't necessarily work on a network channel, but just would be a cool thing that you think that your micro group, micro being not 1 million people, that you think that your crowd would love, I think those are the TV shows that have the most chance of succeeding. Okay, I just got in the shade and now I can read what's going on. I don't know, man. Yeah. How do I? Oh, gotcha. Okay. Sorry, dudes. I am a fucking newbie when it comes to streaming. I'm not really what I consider a YouTube influencer. It's not my jam at all. But I figured it would be a fun way to walk to work. Let's see if we can. All right. Here is Main Street that I'm walking down right now. Whew. And yeah, check it out. That's Seattle music being played on Sundance Muzak. Okay. I think I ran out of shit to say, so I'm gonna get out of here. Thanks for watching. I feel like a giant dork, but thanks you for indulging that dorkiness. All right, peace.